Hey guys, so it's so weird how I always think to myself what word I'm gonna do, but the Lord just steers differently. So I had ideas of words I was gonna give today, and while I was on the phone with a client, we were talking and we had a revelation with the movie Pretty in Pink. So I'm sure almost every single one of you have seen the movie Pretty in Pink. I am an 80s fanatic. I grew up on the 80s movies. I grew up on 80s music. So to me, it's like the best era. Molly Ringwald is the star. If you haven't watched it, I highly suggest you guys watch it. And basically, the Lord had used that movie to display to me what is going to take place with you guys on this journey. So it was just so weird. It just automatically came up. We were talking about Molly Ringwald in a scene, and then the whole thing got downloaded. So everybody knows that in the movie, Molly Ringwald, you know, was more of an outcast. She had a friend, his name was Ducky, and the most popular guy at school somehow took interest in her. And Andrew McCarthy plays the role, and he, liked her. He wanted to ask her out, and his friends got to him and made him feel ashamed to want to take her out. So they were supposed to go to the prom together, but he cared so much about what his friends thought. So this was one of the reasons why, they were not exclusive. He was ashamed of her. So at the end of the movie, obviously he wasn't going to take her to the prom, and she was heartbroken, and she, had a couple choices to make. She could embrace what happened, like, she could swim, or she could sink, like I told you guys yesterday. So basically, she didn't have many options, but she had a couple options. And she still had to go to school and be around them. They were picking on her. Her enemies were right in front of her face. They, were humiliating her. So this scene, oh guys, like I use this scene like all through my life. I've brought it up to so many people. So the scene where she decides to make her own dress, and she makes the dress so cool looking, and her dad says to her, like, why are you gonna go? Like, think about how silly she would have looked showing up at the prom by herself after Andrew McCarthy like stood her up and made a fool out of her, and her enemies won that were all picking on her. And she said that she was going because she didn't want them to see that they broke her. And that scene always was empowering to me and stuck out to me about how we should be in that type of mindset. Okay, we should be letting our adversaries see that they have not broken us. Okay, so instead of letting them see that they won, you need to see that they didn't break you. So this is a prophetic word that was downloaded in me to release to you guys. Obviously, there's so many ways that you can show that they didn't break you. This is a process. It takes time, all that stuff. I want you guys to rewatch the movie, or watch it if you've never watched it, and kind of see the ending, the outcome. So she shows up at the dance. Ducky, her friend, takes her, and Andrew McCarthy stands up to all of them, and he goes after her. Literally, all of her enemies seeing her victory. That movie just always stuck out to me. So I hope that this word bless somebody as a reminder, because this is what's going to take place with you guys. Everybody that has seen, your downfall, they will all see you rise. They will all see God defend you. And let me just tell you guys something too, how true this all is. A similar thing happened to me in my life a long time ago. Just to show you how this isn't just like with your marriage, like it will happen through your life time and time again. Holy Spirit just reminded me of this story to tell you guys. But I remember I was dating this kid when I was in high school. You know, must have been like 10th grade. And he was very popular. And it was one of those things to where we ended up breaking up because I wouldn't be intimate with him. And I remember I was thinking, like, you know, whatever, you know, like I was upset about it, of course, but I wasn't going to compromise my values to do that. So, long story short, all these girls I was friends with liked what happened. Okay, so we broke up. Well, anyway, so just to show you how God is, like, nobody wanted him and I together while we were in high school. So when I was like 21, it must have been like maybe 5 years later, all the enemies that were in high school that always were meddling in my life and causing problems in my life and stuff like that, or in that relationship, one day is all it was one day. God had him and I reconnect, and him ask for me to go out one day. So we went out and we went to this like restaurant, to where it was like a restaurant bar, and all the high school friends that caused all those problems watched him and I 5, 6 years later walk in together. Okay. When I tell you, it was nothing but God showing my enemies. I mean, guys, he has done this for me so many times in my life. That's just one other example. Then there was other examples in school, obviously examples today, but that's just one example that I felt the Holy Spirit wanted me to use in comparison to Pretty in Pink. You have to understand, he's always going to do that. Like, he is a faithful father. So I hope that this word bless somebody. I will see you guys tomorrow. God bless each and every single one of you guys. If you would like to work with me, you can email me, deadmarriagesredeemed@gmail.com. I repeat, deadmarriagesredeemed@gmail.com. Facebook group, come on over, Dead Marriages Redeemed. We would love to have you. And I will talk to you guys soon. If you guys could, please like, share, comment, subscribe. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Sleep with the angels. God bless, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.